Hello, good day and welcome back to online class with Ajibola, and we're still on fraction. So what we're doing today is simplification of fraction. And what do I mean when I say simplification, or when they say simplify? It means you have a big number or a big fraction, you have to reduce it, you have to cut it down to the lowest term. An example is given here. Like you're given 14 over 30 to reduce to lowest term. All you have to do is to look at your 14 and look at 30. Consider a number that can divide 14 and that same number will divide 30. If it divides 14 cannot divide 30, don't use that number. So like I'm going to use 2. 2 can divide this, 2 can divide this. So 2 in 14, that gives me 7. And 2 in 30, that gives me 15. Now I have 7 over 15. The question is, can I move further? Let's see. Is there a number that can divide 7? Only 1 can divide 7, so 1 is not relevant in this case. And 7 can divide 7 also, and 7 is also not relevant in this case. We are looking for another number that is different from 1 and 7 that can divide 7, so nothing. But is there a number that can divide 15? Yeah, there are 2 numbers that can divide 15, and that is 3 and 5. But those 3 and 5, can they divide 7? No. So that means this is your answer. You cannot go further. So let's consider the second example, 17 over 51. What number can divide 17? What number can divide 51? Okay, the perfect number here is 17 on its own, because the 17 will divide 17 and at the same time will divide 51. Here 7 will divide 7, but will not divide this perfectly well. It will leave a remainder. That's what we mean. Now 17 over 51. How many 17 is here? 1. Then how many 17 can I see here? And that's 3. So my answer is 1 over 3. So I have 1 over 3. So nothing obviously can divide 1 and 3. Since nothing will divide 1, then we leave it as 1 over 3. Then 98 over 188. Now let's see. What number can divide 98 and can divide 188? We'll start with 2. And don't think 98 is a big number that you say, oh, 98 divided by 2 is giving me a headache. No, start with a smaller number. I mean, with each digit. So how many 2 is in 9? That is 4. It's going to remain 1. That 1, you put it beside the 8 here, and that is 18. So how many 2 is in 18? I have 9. So that is 49 over whatever this gives me. So can 2 go in 1? No. So you pick 1 and the next digit, which is 18. How many 2 is in 18? That is 9 again. Then how many 2 is in 8? That is 4. So now I have 49 over 94. There is a number that can divide this, which is 7. But can 7 divide 90? So can 7 divide 94? 7 will not divide 94. And that means, since no common number can divide the two of them, this becomes your answer. And also, here is another example. 618 over 2,870. So let's use 2, the smallest number that can divide it. How many 2 is in 6? That is 3. Then how many 2 is in 1? That is 0. It cannot go. Then we have 18. So how many 2 is in 18? That is 9. That is 309 over. How many 2 is here? That is 1. How many 2 in 8? That is 4. Then how many 2 can I see in 7? That is 3. Remainder 1. So the one that remained comes here to make 10. So how many 2 in 10? That is 5. So I have 309 divided by 1,435. Now let's look at it. Is there a common number that can divide both 309 and 1,435? Of course, there is no number that if 3 divides this, 7 will divide this, but there is no common number that can divide. So this becomes your answer, even though it's still a big number, but it has been simplified from what you were given to what you now get. So we're going to continue now as we move to the next topic under this. and that is ordering of fraction. So we're going to look at ordering of fraction. What do I mean by ordering of fraction? You tend to arrange fraction in ascending orders or descending order. So the first question here says arrange the following fractions, arrange the fractions in ascending order. And what's the meaning of ascending order? From the smallest to the greatest. Now I have 3 over 5, 11 over 14, 4 over 5, 3 over 7, 25 over 35. So we're going to look at which one is the greatest, which one is the smallest. So we're going to start arranging them from the smallest to the greatest. Let's check out the solution here. So the first fraction here is 3 over 5. 3 over 5. Then the next one is 11 over 4. 11 over 14, sorry. 11 over 14. Then we have 4 over 5. 4 over 5. And we have 3 over 7. 3 over 7. Also, we have the next one to be 25 over 35. 25 all over 35. Now look at it. We're going to check all our denominators, the numbers at the bottom. You look for a common number that all of them can divide, and that is what is called lowest common multiple. A number that it is a multiple of all of these. And that number that I'm going to look at is 70. 70. If you keep increasing your 5, 10, 15, one day you get to 70. If you keep increasing your 14, 28, like, one day you get to 70. And if you keep increasing 5, keep increasing your 7, in 10 times you get to 70, and 35 in 2 times you get to 70. So that means 70 is a multiple of all this, and it is the lowest common multiples. So what next are we going to do? So we're going to combine them now. 5 is here. So how many 5 can I see in 70? That is 14. 14 multiplied by the numerator, which is 3, and that will be 42. So this 3 stands for 42 over 70. So that means this 3 over 5 stands for what? 42 over 70. Like we just finished learning about reduction, when you have your 14 over 30 giving you 7 over 15, because you say 2 here 7 and 2 here 15. If you cut 14 over 70, you just say how many, you look for a number that you can use to divide this. So you say how many 14 is in 42, and that will be 3, while how many 14 is in 70, that will be 5. So let's continue. So 14 here, how many 14 is in 70? That's 5. 5 times 11, that is 55. So the next place is 55. That means 11 over 14 stands for 55 over 70. And let's continue. 5 here again. How many 5 is here? That's 14. 14 times 4, and that's going to give me 56. Then here 7. How many 7 is in 70? We have 10. 10 times 3, we're going to have 30. And lastly, we have 35. How many 35 is here? That's 2. 2 times 25, that's obviously 50. Now let's do our arrangement. Out of all this number, which one is the smallest? 42, 55, 56, 30, and 50. So obviously 30 is our smallest number. So if 30 is the smallest number, which one stands in the place of 30 as the smallest? And that is 3 over 7. So the smallest is 3 over 7, followed by which other number? All these are 50s, 50s, this is 42. So 42, that is 3 over 5. That is 3 over 5. Then the next one is, okay, we have 50, 55, that is 50. 50 stands for 25 over 35. That's 25 over 35. And the next one is 55, which is 11 over 14. So we have 11 over 14. And lastly, the greatest among them is 56, which stands for 4 over 5. 4 over 5. So you can see we've successfully arranged all these fractions in ascending order, the smallest being 3 over 7 and the greatest being 4 over 5. So we're going to move to the next thing now, which is